So I'm here with Amy Cai to talk about one of the 6 attributes of leadership we've been thinking about, which is sort of what it means to be a tradition innovator, right? A lot of people think those two things don't belong together, sort of respect for the past and respect for what exists, but the ability to actually sort of adapt it, modify it, change it, so it becomes part of what's necessary for the future. And it's hard to think about people who have those two things together. So a couple of questions for you. First one is, do you think we need that today? Do we need tradition innovators today?
Yes, I think so.
And why?
There's nothing wrong with tradition. I think people keep talking about what's changing, everything's moving fast, especially in China, in Shanghai. You feel like, oh, today's world, is it even going to exist tomorrow? But I keep asking one question, is what's not changing?
And
right?
Why does that matter? Why do we need to respect what was?
And ended up, I feel like the history, the culture, and the value will stick to you. Doesn't matter which generation you belong. Like my parents, my grandparents, me, and I think of my little boy. You know, even though yes, you know, people are concerned, oh, are they even going to have jobs? You know, are they going to get anything out of the school and whatnot? But my feeling is, what we really carry forward from generation to generation is the value.
So then I get why we need tradition. So why do we need innovation today?
Well, we have to be flexible. I mean, business world is different. Technology disruption is coming to us. We're experiencing a very different world today. I mean, I remember when I was first, you know, basically interning as a student, I had no cell phone. So in my lifetime, look at how much have changed, right? So now, I mean, just now I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I can't live without my cell phone.
The reason I'm talking to you is that you're actually been nominated as someone who sort of exemplifies this, right? And so the question is sort of, how do you build that capacity, right? How do you be, so you take PwC, because a lot of people would say that PwC is in some ways kind of traditional, right? And a little conservative. And how do you build the capability of innovating in that context?
It doesn't happen overnight. And to be honest, I didn't think of it when I actually do it. But you observe what's going on in the society, what is it that's changing, the mega trend that we kept talking about, and then what's that impact on yourself, on your family, on the colleagues, on the team members. What do people talk about? What do people worry about? And then you start thinking, oh, with our brand, our network and platform, can we do anything about it? That's exactly how I started. So, but frankly speaking, you know, even when I was in tax for almost 20 years,
right.
I always look at things around me. It's not just about tax, it's about business, it's about life, it's about people. And it's relevant to everyone.
So, okay, so in a sense, in part, the way you became an innovator is actually you didn't think of yourself that way. You said, there are things going on we have to respond to. There are problems, there are needs that need to be met. There are problems that have to be fixed, and so let's do it, right? Now, how did you not lose the past in that process, right? And there's actually a wonderful example in your case where you're doing this really interesting innovation around education. It'd be nice for you to talk about that a bit. But actually you're doing it in a way that pays respect to the education system at the same time, right? That's, so why, how do you keep the respect for the thing you're changing? Because a lot of people want to throw it away, right? So let's break some glass and start all over.
I think, you know, you always have the humble attitude to begin with. Number one, I was never in the education business myself. So step one is I do my own research. You know, just like what my friend is doing with the Chinese culture and economy and the B2C market, I need to learn. What is education all about?
Right.
What do they do? What's so good about it? Why do people go to all these top schools and why? What do they get out of it, right? You understand it. And then you see, oh, I think then there are other things that they want to do but they cannot do, given, you know, the setup, the structure, the platform or whatnot. Then we add onto it. So it's a nice addition, but not a replacement.
So same point you made, right? Which is you see the value and you add to it, right? So let's do the other side, right? Let's do someone who actually is pretty innovative and is trying to create something new, and they like just breaking glass and blowing through it and starting brand new and forgetting everything about the past, right? So why should they care about tradition? Why should the innovative generation care at all about tradition?
That's a good question. I didn't think of it that way, but I think there are knowledge and the value, again, that they can benefit from. You know, what I learned is if I were to do this, say 20 years ago, I could not have done it. Because the experience, the network, the understanding of what people really, really need, the core program, the core issue, I wouldn't be able to really, really understand it myself, let alone creating a program to help others. I think it takes a lot of experience, network, understanding of what exactly the issue is to be able to come up with a solution.
So one last question for you, right? Someone sitting inside an organization that is conservative, been around a long time, is good at what it does, has a huge brand, but they feel the desire and the need to innovate, and they feel like they have to for sort of the reasons you did, which is the world's coming at us, we have to, right?
Yeah.
What's your advice to them?
Keep an open mind and start small. Do it. Stop talking, just do it.
Right.
But start small and then achieve some success with that small initiative. Very, very quickly, everybody will want to go there. So this is like not even 20-80 rule. I think it's a 2 and 98 rule. If you have the 2% success, the 98% will follow. People are dying for it. They're so thirsty.